The really tough real estate market means that for a lot of people, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of options out there. And so I always love finding stories where people have managed to hack the system and create a great head start for themselves in life. And that is exactly the case with this next incredible man that we're about to meet, who together with his father DIY'd an amazing tiny house. Hey Jai, how's it going, mate?
Hey mate, good to meet you.
It's great to meet you, and this is a seriously cool tiny house you've built.
Thank you.
So what was it that inspired you to build a tiny home?
I always wanted to get in the housing market. I've always been interested in renovating and building, as my dad's a carpenter. So for years, I've always wanted to have my own piece of real estate. And with the house prices, I was like, I'm not getting in there, unfortunately. So for me, I was looking at granny flats and I couldn't find any DA approved, like I couldn't get DA approved whatsoever. So I decided to have a look on YouTube and see what other alternatives were, and then come across you guys.
Awesome.
And we'll search on for hours online through all your videos, and we found a few that we really liked the setups, and we're like, we could give this a go. So I pitched it to my parents and see if we could have it on their land, and they were a bit iffy at the start, and then they went, you know what, we want to help you, let's do it.
That is so cool. And it's so special that you've built this together with your father as well.
Yeah, it was quite a special project to be able to work side by side and have that memory together.
Definitely. And being parked up here on your parents' property as well, it's a great location, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so central. We've got the beach 5 minutes that way, and we've got the shops 5 minutes that way, so what more could you ask?
Cannot complain about that.
Yeah.
So building this home with your dad, what was that process like?
It was long. We only went on weekends. Any spare time we had, we put into this. We really wanted to have a life still, so we did it paycheck to paycheck. I really wanted to still have fun with friends, as well as build a foundation for further on in life. I built the tiny as a stepping stone to get into a family home one day. So to be able to do that, each paycheck I put away a certain amount and bought certain bits. So one week I'd buy bits for the kitchen, the next week I'd buy the flooring.
And you must have been able to learn a lot in that process as well.
I did. It was amazing to get on the tools. I've always worked alongside him doing like trade work, but I've never got into the intricate things and got really crafty. It's something I'll always cherish. I got to build it with my father, and living alongside my family is amazing, and I can get to stay in the area where all my friends are and be able to still live the lifestyle I want.
That proximity to family is just so special, and I just think this multi-generational kind of living is something we need to be looking at as a more serious option here.
Exactly. It's amazing to be able to live still at home but not at home, to be able to help pay off a mortgage that's a family, like my family's, instead of someone else's. I really didn't want to go pay rent to somebody and help them move forward when I could help my own family and build together.
And on what size is the tiny house?
So this is 2.4 by 7 meters. It fits really nicely in our spot we have. We have a bit of a cantilever at the end, but we've supported it, and yeah, it's nestled right in here very well.
This is absolutely stunning. I love how clean and simple you've kept this home, yet it's just so beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, everything in here has value to me, and it's beautiful. I went for a deep lounge so I could have space for all my clothes. Because I got a lot of clothes, as I do. So I needed that space for all my clothes and bits and pieces that I couldn't fit anywhere else.
Yeah, because it looks like a custom-built couch for the space, but this is modified from a store-bought one?
Yes, this is a store-bought lounge, and we've modified and made up the bottom drawers. It was wasted space if we didn't do it, so we really needed to utilise everything.
So you just chopped the legs off it, did you?
Well, yeah, it was screw-on legs, just screwed them off, put the box under, and happy days.
It's a great way of doing it, because you get the best of both worlds. You get the storage, and you actually get a comfortable couch.
Exactly, it's functional and looks beautiful. Yeah, I really love to cook, so I needed the space.
I especially like the concrete look benchtop that you've got in here.
Yeah, the contrast with the tiles, it looks absolutely beautiful. It's very easy to maintain, and it always looks clean.
This isn't concrete though, is it?
No, this is laminate. I really wanted to do concrete, but the weight just wasn't doable. So the next best thing was a laminate.
Yeah, this is a very nice compromise. Get the look, but don't have the weight.
Exactly. I think I need in here, and it's all hidden, which is amazing. So when people come through, it always looks clean.
It's certainly, and I really like the way that you've done the cabinetry up here as well. It's sort of keeping it all white. It makes it very subtle, but again, gives you a tremendous amount of storage.
Yes, I really didn't want any handles on it. I really wanted it low key, so I could easily just open them without having any issues or any protrusion to hit your head or anything like that.
Yeah, very nice. And then over the bench, you've got this really nice window as well.
Yeah, it makes it really good for indoor-outdoor living. So when we've got friends over, I can just hand a drink through. It's really nice in the afternoon with the breeze coming through. It cools it down, don't need the aircon, so it's absolutely beautiful to have that sea breeze.
And then over the other side, you've built a lot of storage into these stairs, haven't you?
Yeah, I really wanted to hide all my storage, so it's amazing, especially with all my camera gear. I needed a space that it was nice, tucked away, no one could see it. All my shoes and all my pantry, so it's really nice to have everything hidden, but at the same time, I've got stacks of storage.
And it's, oh, again, this is a really nice room in here. I really like the way that you've added the mirror there as well with the round and the timber. It just kind of offsets again against all of the white in here. Great size shower.
Yes, that was one thing I wasn't budging on. I wanted to be comfortable when I have a shower. I didn't want to be all crammed up. I wanted that space so I can actually wash myself.
And you've got a flushing toilet in here as well. That's a bit of luxury.
Yeah, it is quite the luxury. I love my flushing toilet. Each their own. A lot of people want compost. For me, it just worked. We're on septic tents here, and it was easy to dispose of it.
Yeah, definitely. And a bit of extra storage in here as well.
Yeah, we decided to hide a little linen cupboard in there just to have all our bits and pieces in there, all our bed sheets and toilet paper and things like that.
Excellent. Oh, this is pretty plush up here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite comfortable and cozy up here.
You've even got the TV up here.
Yeah, I love a good TV. It's really nice at night to come back and relax and kick back.
It's almost like you've got your own personal private cinema up here.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
And I see you've built in a bit of extra storage up here as well.
Yeah, I've got my drawers for all my extra clothes, and I've got hanging space as well for all my jackets and things like that.
Very nice. And I really like how you have treated this like another room in the house. This isn't just a place where you come to sleep. There's actually quite a lot going on up here.
Yeah, well, we spend 50% of our life in our bed, so I really wanted a comfy space that I could come home to and relax and just feel me. I made sure I had enough head height because I am short. Yeah, I can stand, unlike you.
Yeah, I can't quite get there myself, but it is awesome that you're able to stand up here. That really makes all the difference.
Yeah, the
doesn't
comfort.
it?
I never wanted to get out of bed and just bump my head. I wanted to make sure I was comfortable and everything was easy.
So how long have you been living in the home now?
So it's been just on 2 years.
Very cool. And how are you finding tiny house life?
Absolutely loving it. There's so much free time now. It's amazing. I've got everything I need. I don't need anything more, really. So It's amazing to just come home, sit down and look around, and everything here is what I own.
And not only what you own, but what you've built yourself, which is really special, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful to sit down in the afternoon and just reflect on it all. It's amazing that I use my bare hands to build this.
You must have a tremendous sense of pride in this home.
Yeah, it's such a amazing feeling to know that I've built this, and
especially doing this together with your dad, there's a lot of love that's been built into this house as well.
yeah, it was such a beautiful project to do together, and he loves it, and he loves seeing my smile every time he comes up. He'll look around and go, "Remember when we did that?" And it was amazing.
With this home, obviously the labor is all of your hard work. Can we talk about the cost that was involved in bringing this home to life?
Yeah, of course. So, as I said, paycheck to paycheck, as I could afford it, I did it. And in the end, it worked out about $28,000, everything. That's lounges, beds, TVs, all the materials.
$28,000, that is a really remarkable price though. How did you actually accomplish a build for that budget?
Well, I'm fortunate enough that my dad is a carpenter, so he had all the tools. So for me, that worked really well. I networked, and a lot of people helped me out, which was really good in exchange for photos.
Definitely, that's a great way of doing it. People forget that there is actually still a barter economy out there.
Yeah, so you don't need to just have a sheep these days and go, "This is my bartering." For me, it worked very well, and the clients were happy and I'm happy.
So now the home is all finished. What's next?
Good question. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm living day by day and I'll see where I'm at. I'd love to have a family home one day, but right now I'm quite comfortable and happy.
Well, Jai, you really have built yourself the most amazing home here. You really deserve to be incredibly proud of what you've accomplished here. Thank you so much for sharing it with me.
Cheers for coming out.
Great to be here. There is a lot of love that's been built into the walls. There's a lot of different ideas out there as to how to make good small space design work. And today we're about to visit an amazing tiny house that breaks all of the rules in the most brilliant ways. Hi Samara, how are you?
Hi Bryce, good thanks.
G'day James, how's it going mate?
Beautiful, Bryce, thanks.
It is a pleasure to meet you both, and wow, what an absolutely striking home you have here.
Thank you.
So what was it that inspired you to build a tiny house?
Yeah, well, we were living in a pretty small house already, and it became sort of something that we've been exploring through Dad's work. He's a building designer, and then I've sort of been working alongside him doing interiors for a long time. And so we actually decided to move out of our little house and back in with Mum and Dad and build this on their property as just a bit of an experiment in how much we could pare back a home and still make it livable and comfortable. So it's pretty small as far as tiny houses go, but yeah, it's been an interesting journey, and we actually even surprised ourselves by how much we love living in it.
So what size is the tiny house?
It's on a 4.8 metre trailer, and then the bathroom is sort of a separate component, which is still movable via a crane.
So it's actually built in 3 separate modules then?
Yes, so it's a bathroom, kitchen, and the bedroom there. At the moment, this is the format we've really sort of been able to fit in this space, and we love living here. It's been fantastic.
Excellent. And the style of this home is just so cool. This all black exterior is just incredibly striking.
Thank you. Yes, we do have a bit of a thing for dark spaces. It's been our retail shop that we run, and a few of the other houses that Dad's designed over the last few years have definitely moved in a darker tonal direction. And there's just something very nurturing about dark spaces, which I really love.
And the use of the timber, the stone, the metal, it's also elemental.
Yeah, we love our natural materials, and we also use a lot of recycled materials as well. But I think we're fundamentally, humans just want to connect back with nature, or we certainly do.
The look of this home, it almost has a very Japanese aesthetic. Can you talk to me about the design?
Yeah, well, most of the design, particularly the outside, has all really been done by my dad. So we were involved and sort of got our say along the way, but he had a vision. Interestingly, he's never been to Japan, but I think that his aesthetic is very aligned with that Japanese Zen sort of aesthetic as well. So yeah, I feel like it comes across, and a lot of people say that when they see the house. So yeah.
One of the things that I notice about this from the exterior already is that there aren't a lot of windows, and the windows are quite minimal. Can you talk to me about that?
We originally did this house with the idea that because it's modulated, we'd pull it apart a little bit and put bigger decks in between it when we eventually moved it out to a larger block of land. And so that would mean that a lot of natural light comes in. But with the way that it is now, it does feel like it hasn't got a lot of windows. So we've kind of popped a few more in, like this one's a new addition, and brought a little bit more light into the space that way. And it actually works quite well now. You get sort of a lot of like flood in from the bathroom through the kitchen and bedrooms in the morning.
And so you're living here now on your family land?
Yeah, this is Mum and Dad's property, and they've got their house up the back there, and my sister and her fiance now live in that home with them. And we've just finished another house that's owned by my aunt, so they might even move into the garage part of that. So we're all kind of living on the one property, and Dad always had this vision to have the family all together on one property, and we always kind of rolled our eyes at it and joked that like as if that's ever going to happen. But it's actually turned out that the longer we're here, the more we love having the support of our family, and the more we even see a future where we've got kids and actually being close to Mum and Dad and my sister and that support as being something that really should be valued rather than looked as sort of a backup plan.
And having someone coming back to, after a long day of work, and actually having someone to speak to, having someone to connect with, being able to cook together, you can't put a price on that. And I find it almost bizarre now that we've decided to become more individualized, more atomized, like living in our own little separate dwellings. This does feel a lot more natural, and I don't think I'd change it from here if given the choice.
The house is obviously beautiful, but you've also done a lot of really lovely landscaping around the place as well.
Family effort, I'd say.
It's been definitely a team effort. We sort of wanted the home to feel like it's a part of the natural environment. It's kind of coming out of the earth, and it's got that sort of feel to it, and just being surrounded by greenery is just nice.
You feel better.
Yeah, you
There's
really
something
do.
really, really relaxing about just looking out your window and seeing all these plants, ferns, herbs just kind of sticking their way through, and it's magical.
This property that we live on has our parents' home, which my brother-in-law and my sister live in as well. So we've got the whole family here on this property, and just that kind of simplicity of having like a lot of people to support you, and as well just having like an easy house to look after and to live in just makes life easy.
And can we talk about the cost that was involved in realizing this home?
Yeah, so we did it in a few iterations and the design process took a long time. So haven't really factored in those hours, but all up, I would say it would be ballpark, probably a little bit over 100,000, including like the bathroom and then the rest of the part on the trailer. So yeah.
A great result, and again, just so much creativity that's been poured into the space, so much beautiful use of reclaimed materials. This really is such a special home. This whole place is just so artistic, so creative. The materials that you've used in here are just exquisite, and you really have created the most amazing home for yourselves here. Thank you so much for sharing it
Thanks
with me.
for coming.
Cheers.
My pleasure. I have just absolutely fallen in love with this. Sometimes as families grow, it can be difficult to remain together and living all under the same roof harmoniously. Today we're about to visit an inspiring family who have built not one but two incredible tiny homes that have enabled them to stay wonderfully connected. Hi Anthea, how are you?
Well, thank you, Bryce. How are you?
Great, thank you
Yeah.
very much. G'day Wayne, how are you, mate?
Well, thanks, Bryce. Great to meet you finally.
It is great to meet both of you and to see these two super cool tiny houses you've got here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now, you're a family of four living in these two homes, aren't you?
That's right. Yeah, Anthony and I and our two daughters. They were 15 and 17 when we first moved in 3 years ago, and now they're mature adults.
And so your daughters have their very own tiny house. That is very lucky, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And that's such a great idea as well, because so many people say, what do you do living in a tiny house with kids, and what do you do when they get older? And this is what you do. What a great idea.
We built two, and maybe one day when Anthony and I have had enough, they can take one each and go different directions and
Yeah.
perhaps live their life without a mortgage.
And can you talk to me about what it was that inspired this journey in going tiny?
We just decided as a family that we really wanted to reduce our environmental footprint. We wanted to live more sustainably, so we started talking about that, and we cut out buying new things for a year, which was a good start.
Did that
and
first.
then beyond that, we sort of looked at how we could change our approach to living. And I think Darian had seen a couple of your videos, so she suggested that we have a look at this, and we all got excited and decided that we'd build our own.
And these tiny houses just look so good. And of course, Wayne, you're an architect, so you must have had so much fun playing with the design of these.
Yes, it was a great opportunity to experiment with some ideas, sort of been floating around in our heads for a few years, and the girls had a lot of input as well. We built them all together. Everybody was on the painting and knocking in nails, and Anthony's done a lot of the styling inside, so we all sort of claim bits of it ourselves, but yeah, it's a lot of fun to design.
I'd say something that we really got out of it was kind of leaning more into family life, which you'd argue in two different family homes, completely separated, that it would make us kind of hide away in our own. But this area out here, which we have by the fire, like any night we can in summer, we go and sit out there. Daz and I always chill out together. You'd think it separates you, but it's actually brought us together as well.
So these were actually DIY built?
Yes, we owned and built them. We had a lot of help from Anthony's nephew as a carpenter, so he was pretty much on it for 8 months full time. We had obviously qualified trades for plumbers, electricians, but we sort of put it together ourselves, so that's fantastic.
Like the girls did so much, but they laid their own floors and painted their whole tiny house.
I mean, it was really cool, just kind of even when we get to show friends around, we can kind of be like, oh, like I did that part, or I laid the ground there, and it's just kind of really cool to know that we were all involved and, helped make it what it is and make it our home, and it is something that we can do, and we can build houses ourselves.
Beautiful parking spot that you've got for the homes as well.
It is a beautiful farm, 160 acres, and friends moved down from Melbourne and bought this farm, and they needed some help on the farm, so we were happy to find a little corner to live in, and it's worked out really well.
The design here is just so unique. I can see you've used very different materials in the construction of these homes, and it's just given them such an edge.
Yeah, well, we wanted to sort of make some references to caravans, so we've got horizontal windows, but we also wanted them to be able to hide in paddocks like this, amongst other classic farm sheds. So the corrugated steel is where that fits in, and we've also thrown in some pressed metal just to add
Make
some
them
texture.
look a bit pretty hard, maybe.
I think it looks great. It's such a feature on there. And the metal is just so beautifully offset with the timber.
Yeah, that contrast is really nice, and again, natural materials. Those cedar windows, just a beautiful quality timber. They're lightweight, they'll last a long time. We've got to do a little bit of maintenance on them every now and then, but they should weather really beautifully over time, as the metal will.
And really interesting shapes with this house as well, especially like what you've done with the circular bump out over the drawbar.
Yeah, that utilises that space that's often wasted. So we put a shower in there, we've put a dome skylight on the top to let some light in, so it actually gives some light back into the house. So yeah, we're making all that space work as effectively as we can.
Excellent. And you're off the grid with these homes?
That's right. So we've got solar panels on the roof, batteries and inverter, battery controller all in one system. For 3 years we haven't run out of power yet, and we've had lots of grey days like today.
And what size are the tiny houses?
They are 8.4 long, 2.4 wide, and they're 4.3 high, so road legal dimensions.
So both the tiny houses have the same footprint?
Correct, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the houses just look so great here. And first, I would love to see what you've done on the inside of yours. Can we take a look?
Sure. Check it out.
Thank you very much. Oh, now this is absolutely exquisite. What an incredible style this home has.
Thank you, Bryce.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we've had a bit of fun, tried a few experiments, and this is what we're left with.
It sure looks like it. There's so much texture and colour and vibrance going on in here. It's just so cool. I almost don't know where to look.
It's a bit like that.
Yeah, we love natural textures. We love textures and materials. We don't want to hide things away behind paint and plaster. We like to see how things are put together, how they're constructed.
That denim wall is very cool.
It is pretty cool. It's made out of about 50 pairs of recycled jeans. Some of it was from when we started to minimise.
So yeah, we cut them up and put them on some tiles that we cut out of a pinboard material that's made out of recycled plastic bottles. They provide a really good acoustic noise absorption. We've also used it as a pinboard when we were drawing.
In COVID, that whole wall had pictures. We did a drawing competition every night, the four of us. We love it.
And another really cool feature about this house, and I've never seen this done before, this polycarbonate wall is so neat. What a great idea.
Yeah, it's a great material. It's really lightweight. Each skin has a layer of air in between, so 2 layers on the outside plus the air layer where the stud is, provides really good quality of insulation, but as you can see, it also gives fantastic natural light.
It's also a bit like an X-ray of the house, isn't it? Being able to see all of the framing.
It's great to be able to see the structure. It means that the carpenter has to keep his studs straight and his noggins all in a line, but with a little bit of extra thought and care taken, it can become a real feature as well.
And doing it on the south wall of the house also prevents that thermal build-up?
Yeah, so we get good quality diffuse light without having a lot of sunlight.
And over here, you've done something very unique with the window, haven't you? Can you tell me what's going on there?
Yeah, so that was another experiment. Yeah, obviously wanted to have a lot of sunlight coming into the houses at the right time of year, in that winter time when we want to really fill the living space with sunlight and warmth. But we didn't want to have an eave hanging out over the side of the house, because that was obviously something that we'd either have to fold down or remove when we were being mobile. So we came up with the idea of integrating the sun shading within the glass. So we've got double glazed windows with a larger cavity than normal, and then that's 90mm sewer pipe that we've cut in 50mm sections and stacked them all up there, so that sun shading becomes integrated within the window frame itself.
And your kitchen is over here, nice big stainless steel bench, and it's quite interesting the way that you've run the bench right the way into the lounge as well.
Yeah, the stainless steel bench is great. It's really hard wearing, we can't destroy it. It's good to have that extra prep area.
And you've got a table over here as well with an extendable leaf.
It's important for us to be able to get together as a family and have a meal. That extendable leaf allows us to get 2 people off the side, 1 at each end, and we can sit together and have a family meal. Yeah, thank you. It's good to have that contrast, the softer, shinier surfaces with the textured timber around and the natural timbers. Stainless steel bounces the light around the space a bit more, and the colour, as does the pressed metal ceiling.
And everything's ageing quite well, so it's been 3 years, but even with the darker walls, and if there's scratches, we don't really notice, and that's kind of how we've designed it.
You've got a compact stair design for accessing the loft as well.
Yeah, just a simple ply set of steps that leads up to a landing, and then we can step up there from the landing to the bed.
Very nice. And a fantastic loft design as well.
Yeah, we wanted to get multiple functions out of that space. So it's a bedroom, there's additional storage up there. We've also got the desk that we can sit up there and hang our feet over the edge, which also helps to stop us from falling over the edge. So that's practical.
Again, this is just very stylish. I really like the way you've used the curtains in here. It just adds so much texture and vibrance to the room.
Yeah, thanks. We had those curtains. We had them for years.
It's a great way to store all our clothes. It's actually really handy having your clothes in next to your shower and in your bathroom. You can get changed pretty quick. We've got some other recycled components in here with the vanity unit that we salvaged from an op shop, and the joiner tied them all together. So it works really well.
And behind you is the shower?
That's right, it's the pop out that we could see from outside. It's really nice.
Composting toilet there as well?
Yes, yep, full composting toilet with a separator. So we divert the urine from the solids, compost the solids, and the urine gets watered down and spread around the paddocks.
Great job, nicely done. And should we go have a look at the other house now?
Sure.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. Again, this is such a beautifully styled home, and I can see that it's got a very different layout in this one.
That's right, we've got the 2 lofts. Obviously the 2 girls have their own separate bedroom. Kitchen wraps around the end here with a fridge in the corner. Bathroom's still pretty much the same as the other one. We've got the net connecting the 2 lofts, which is their literal hangout space in the middle.
The net especially is just such a fun feature, isn't it? And I like the way that you have got the dual lofts, and they've both got privacy curtains as well, which
Yeah.
So you've been living here now as a family for about 3 years. How's it all working out for you?
It has its challenges. The last 6 months of really wet weather has made things pretty swampy outside, but it's just a beautiful farm, and we're a close family. We've probably got closer since we've been living this way. We have a mantra across the household, and that's adapt and overcome. I've learnt that it's okay to experiment, get things wrong, redo things, get them wrong again. From a design perspective, it's fun, it's what I do, but to be able to do it on this small scale on myself means that I'm not getting my clients annoyed at me, and I can work up design ideas and resolve them in a way that I can then take to my practice and apply those at a bigger scale.
Can we talk about the cost that was involved in bringing all of this to life?
Sure. The overall cost for each was about $100,000, and solar was another 15 or so on top of that. We did a lot of work ourselves, so we saved a lot on labour there, but it kind of added up in the end, and we're kind of happy with what we've achieved for what we've paid.
And judging by these homes, unquestionably you are a very talented architect, but is life as a farmer starting to look a bit more appealing?
For me, it is.
I think the days when it's raining all day, I'm pretty happy to go to the office.
Fair enough too. Well, you really have done the most amazing job with these homes. I love what it's done to help bring your family together. I think this is such a unique and wonderful living situation. You have designed 2 incredibly clever tiny homes that are packed full of features that I have never seen before. Thank you so much for sharing it with me.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Bryce.
The pleasure is all mine. These tiny houses are unquestionably brilliant and beautiful. Gorgeous materials, really interesting design features that make them work wonderfully as homes. But a home is so much more than just what it's made from. Ultimately, what truly makes a home more often than not is the people that live inside it. And that is the most wonderful thing about this story, how these 2 tiny houses have enabled a family to remain so beautifully connected. And ultimately, there is no greater gift than that.